So take a great posture, please. Great postures are always good for you, and take a good breath. It's not a big, profound thing, it's just an ordinary, profound thing. Good posture, good breath. And let's bow to one another from all over the world. So, the first thing I want to talk about is we tried to go live and it didn't work. And I said, gosh darn it. And someone, maybe Jill from Canada, she's getting you all the credit over on Instagram. We have my phone right here. So you two can talk to each other. Um, anyway, reminded me to just keep trying. So I remembered, like, I don't know if it was my grandmother, but it's like every grandmother's advice. When bad things happen in life, you don't say Fuck. You don't say, God damn it. You don't get angry and tight. I mean, that is what we do. So at that exact moment, in that exact tightness and anger, that's when we remind ourselves of basic goodness. So, Lindsay, if you can do me the favor, put the blog for basic goodness in the links, in the comments. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about basic goodness salves. Salve, like a salve, like a healing salve for everyday depression, for burnout, and for brokenheartedness. Is anyone here going through burnout, brokenheartedness, or everyday depression? Now, I'm not talking about clinical depression. That obviously needs to have a clinical solution, perhaps. But, everyday mindfulness and these salves can help with all of that. Someone is suggesting an elephant journal matchmaking service. It's funny, we almost did it with our friends at Meet Mindful. More on that later. Laura Garcia, one of my favorite people who volunteered for Elephant for like 6 months or 2 weeks, I have no idea. Back when I was totally broke and alone with Elephant Journal, I think even before it was called Elephant. So basic goodness, read about that. Come tomorrow, elephantjournal.com/retreat. And that is the basic message. We're all going to, 6,600 of us are going to get together tomorrow morning at elephantjournal.com/retreat. But the one thing I want to talk about is, so is basic goodness a theory? There's theories that people are good, people are bad, people are viruses. You don't know, right? So Buddhism basically regards human beings as fundamentally a-okay. So it's not good as opposed to bad. It's not the knight killing the dragon. It's not this sort of blockbuster movie, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader, right? The bad, the shadow, the suffering, the trauma, the depression, the stress, the anxiety, all of these things, the anger, the craving, the attachment, the ignorance, the solidity, the prejudice, all of these things are a part of us, but they are, in a way, there's some great quotes. We learn bigotry, right? We are born without bigotry, we learn it. Same about, you could say, about eating meat, right? When I was a little kid, I'm reading these kids' books with pigs and frogs and whatever talking to each other. I didn't realize that bacon was made out of pigs, and when I found out that I was killing the pigs that I was reading about, I cried. Right? It's natural for us to feel empathy if we see a little puppy get kicked. Before we even think, our pre-conscious mind, we're gonna feel that empathy. So that empathy is, as I often write, and maybe Lindsay could put that blog into facebook.com/elephant journal. I write often that empathy is the opposite of this empath trend, of which Elephant has been a star part, and I'm a little bit ashamed about that. Now, it's one thing to say I feel a great deal of empathy, and that is beautiful. Empathy is the most powerful, transformative human emotion. We also have these great blogs about Brene Brown and empathy, or Pema Chodron and brokenheartedness. You can read all of those if you Google Ecosia, DuckDuckGo, if you search on elephantjournal.com. Pema, Broken Heart. Really recommend reading that. Brene Brown, Empathy. Really recommend that. A lesser soul, not quite as likable as Pema or Brene, wrote Empathy and versus Empath. So the thing with empath is we say, my empathy makes me want to protect myself. That's normal, I get it. But you're using your empathy, your open brokenheartedness. Leonard Cohen said it's through the cracks that the light gets in, right? We're turning that openness into closed, protective, and keep any toxic, awful things away from me. Now, we can actually afford to be braver than that. We can afford to be vulnerable. And it takes bravery to be vulnerable, right? True tough guys are not cowards. Cowards are closed down and aggressive. True tough guy is going to be open and kind because that takes actual bravery, real bravery. All right. So that's our little reflection for today. Tomorrow, elephantjournal.com/retreat. And my big best wishes to all of you, especially Jill from Canada. And I hate to hang up since so many people are on Facebook. It's crazy. It's going to be like 20,000 people by the time we hang up. But very cool, Facebook people. Took a while to connect with you, but we did it. And Instagram people, very small group, but real. You guys did it. See you tomorrow morning, I hope. elephantjournal.com/retreat. Anyone gonna go? elephantjournal.com/retreat. It's free. There's no BS about it. It's super fun. And it's maybe our last one if this quarantine is really over. Which I don't think it is. Yeah, a couple people saying yes over on Instagram. Yeah, and if the time is bad for you, you can register. Go to elephantjournal.com/retreat. It has the time. It has all the info. You can register. You can watch it after the fact for free if you register. See y'all.